Why do you wake up feeling exhausted even after a full night's sleep? Why does your body feel as heavy as lead, your mind clouded, even though you've had hours of rest? You go to bed hoping to recharge, but wake up with the strange sense that something, or someone, has drained your life force. Many blame it on stress, insomnia, or simply getting older. But some experiences can't be explained by biology alone. There are phenomena that slip through the cracks of science, yet deeply affect us nonetheless. They happen at night, when the body rests, and the soul leaves the boundaries of the physical world. That's when we are most vulnerable. That's when beings may appear, unseen to the eye, but unmistakable on an energetic level. Astral parasites. Tonight, we'll look into the realm where invisible forces roam. We'll talk about the non-physical entities that feed on human energy, who they are, how they attach to you, why you might be their target, and most importantly, how to protect yourself from their influence. Are you ready to discover who or what might be feeding on your energy at night? Then settle in. Let's begin. Astral parasites are non-physical entities that dwell in the subtle realms, beyond the limits of our physical reality. They don't have bodies like ours. You can't see them with the naked eye, touch them, or detect them with machines. But that doesn't make them any less real. They exist on an energetic level. They reside in the astral plane, that space we enter during sleep, deep meditation, or altered states of consciousness. They're not spirits of the dead, not ghosts, and not demons in the traditional sense. Astral parasites belong to a separate category of beings whose very nature is to feed. They're not interested in our flesh. They crave our energy, especially when it's unstable, charged with fear, anxiety, guilt, or intense desire. Think of a tick latching onto the body of an animal. It may be tiny, but as it feeds on the host's blood, it grows stronger. Astral parasites operate in a similar way. They attach themselves to a person's energetic field, not by destroying it, but by slowly and subtly draining life force. And all the while, the person may just feel increasingly tired, irritable, anxious, without knowing why. But unlike physical parasites, these beings don't attack the body. They feed through the field of emotions, thoughts, and fine vibrations. They can even influence perception, planting invasive thoughts, distorting feelings, and triggering inner turmoil. Why are they called parasites? Because they cannot survive on their own. They don't create, they don't heal, they don't evolve. They simply latch onto those who are weakened, off balance, living in fear or pain. And let this be clear, we're not talking about scary stories from occult books. We're talking about real, energetic phenomena, experiences that many people feel deeply, especially in dreams, in sudden nighttime panic, in that eerie sense that something is there, but I can't see it. When such sensations repeat, when waking up drained becomes your new normal, it may be time to ask, was I really alone last night? Astral parasites don't come without reason. But the more we understand about them, the less power they hold over us. To understand how astral parasites operate, you must first grasp one simple truth. They don't feed on your body, they feed on your emotions. But not just any emotions. They're drawn to low vibrational states, fear, anxiety, guilt, anger, disappointment, shame, and also repressed sexuality and obsessive desires. These emotions are like nourishment for astral entities. The more often a person experiences them, especially without awareness, the easier it is for a parasite to latch on and begin feeding. The most vulnerable time for us? Night. During sleep, our soul partially detaches from the body and moves into other planes of existence. We lose the natural defenses of the physical world, and our energetic field becomes open. That's when these entities become active. You may not remember your dreams, yet still wake up anxious, drained, or heavy. Or you might recall a nightmare, being chased, suffocated, or trapped in helplessness. It's not always just the subconscious at play. Sometimes it's the echo of a real encounter with an astral parasite. Here are the key signs that such entities may be influencing your life. Recurring nightmares, especially with similar themes. Sudden insomnia with no clear cause, or the feeling that something won't let you sleep. Sleep paralysis, waking up unable to move, often accompanied by fear or pressure, a sense of suffocation, pressure on the chest, or presence in the room at night. Chronic morning fatigue, even after long hours of rest. Emotional outbursts or breakdowns without a clear trigger. Brain fog, difficulty concentrating, and a deep feeling of inner emptiness. Sometimes, parasites may even cause physical symptoms, headaches, nausea, inner trembling. All of this can result from energetic leakage and a disrupted inner balance. Now, let's be clear. Not every episode of fatigue or anxiety means you're under attack by astral parasites. But when the signs repeat, when you feel like something is invading your inner space, it's time to listen closely. Astral parasites work in subtle ways. They don't shout. They don't jump out to scare you. They whisper. They plant thoughts. They hide inside dreams, emotions, and habits. And the less aware you are of your own inner state, the stronger they become. But how do they get into your energy field? Why do some people suffer from them constantly, while others seem untouched? Astral parasites cannot invade a strong, pure, and well-protected energy field. They need access. They need cracks in your energetic shield, and those cracks appear when your inner vibration drops, due to external influences or unresolved inner states. The first thing that weakens your protection is your emotional state. When you feel anger, anxiety, hatred, or fear, you unknowingly create a kind of energetic noise around you, and in that noise, it becomes much easier for something lurking in the shadows to find a way in. Parasites are especially drawn to people who live in constant stress, negativity, or habitual complaining. They sense these vibrations like predators sense the scent of blood. The second pathway is through harmful habits. Alcohol, drugs, pornography, aggression, violent or disturbing media. All of these lower your vibrational frequency, and if indulged in regularly, your energy field begins to thin, like worn fabric full of holes. That's how parasites slip in, easily, quietly, efficiently. The third vulnerability lies in emotional wounds and unresolved pain. When you carry guilt, resentment, anger, or sorrow that hasn't been released, it becomes a kind of hook. Astral parasites can latch onto that hook and begin feeding on the energy you keep replaying within yourself. There are also agreements, subtle contracts formed on the energetic level. In moments of desperation or fear, a person may, consciously or not, offer up part of their energy through words, emotions, thoughts, or even dreams. Phrases like, "I'd give anything just to," "Let anyone help me, I don't care who." These are not just words, they're invitations. And then there are karmic ties, unresolved soul contracts from past lives. In those lifetimes, we may have willingly allowed other energies into our field. Those cords can remain active until they're brought to light and cut. Finally, it's vital to understand this. Your mind is also a door. If someone constantly thinks negatively, lives in fear, resentment, or hopelessness, they lower their own frequency and open themselves to infiltration. But this isn't a reason to be afraid. It's a reason to wake up, to begin noticing what you allow into your space each day, through your thoughts, emotions, words, food, and information. Every inner choice you make either fortifies your energetic shield or slowly erodes it. And when your protection is gone, the parasite is already near. But what do these beings actually look like? What have people seen, those who've encountered them in dreams, in the astral, or in altered states of consciousness? Astral parasites are entities without fixed form as we understand it. They don't have consistent shapes like humans or animals. Their appearance shifts, morphs, and adapts, reflecting the fears, thoughts, and energetic vibrations of the person perceiving them. And yet, people all over the world, completely unrelated to each other, report strikingly similar encounters in dreams, meditations, and trance states. The most common form, shadows. A human-like silhouette without a face, a dark mass standing by the bed, watching, or sometimes sitting on the chest, paralyzing movement. Many describe them as a conscious mass of darkness, no eyes, no features, but a heavy, sticky, oppressive presence. Others report seeing serpentine creatures, tentacles, or sticky threads wrapping around the body or chakras. Some speak of beings with emotionless masks, cold, distant, but disturbingly intelligent. At times, they appear as hooded figures, faces hidden, monk-like but radiating an unnatural energy. The most vivid encounters tend to happen during lucid dreams or deep regressions, when a person steps beyond ordinary perception and enters the raw astral realm. There, these beings are often perceived not as forms, but as fields of energy, vibrations, or even distorted sounds, always accompanied by a sense of dread or repulsion. And the most astonishing part? Similar archetypes appear across cultures and centuries. In Slavic traditions, they're called morok, a weight pressing on the chest. In the Arab world, they're jinn, feeding on fear. In Christianity, demons that tempt and drain. In shamanic practices, energetic leeches that latch onto chakras. Different names, same essence. This suggests that the imagery of astral parasites lives within the collective unconscious. People from different times, beliefs, and languages have experienced the same phenomena. And if so many reports converge across space and history, maybe this isn't just imagination. Maybe these entities do exist, and maybe they simply take on forms that make it easier to slip into our dreams and emotional spaces. But then the question arises, why don't we notice them during the day? Why does everything feel normal while the sun is up, but strange and heavy once night falls? If astral parasites are truly near us, then why don't we see them? Why don't we feel their breath on our necks, hear their footsteps, or sense their presence in the daylight? The answer is simple. They don't exist in the physical world, and we can't perceive them with our ordinary senses. They dwell within the realm of the subconscious, within vibrations and energy fields that the rational mind has never been trained to detect. That's why they operate in secret, like a virus in a computer system. No noise, no drama, just a slow and silent breakdown from within. There's another key reason we often don't notice them. They adapt. If a parasite stays with someone long enough, it begins to blend with that person's energetic signature. It learns how to camouflage itself as your inner voice, your fleeting moods, even your thoughts. You may believe you're angry for no reason. You may feel sudden anxiety or dread and think it's just you. You may find yourself pulled toward dark media, toxic habits, or junk food without knowing why. But in truth, it may be an external influence, subtle and distorted. Yet because it's woven so carefully into the stream of consciousness, we often mistake it for ourselves. The parasite doesn't want to be discovered. It thrives when you believe your pain, fatigue, or negativity is just your problem. That way, it can keep feeding and growing. Another reason they stay hidden is due to the astral veil, a thin barrier that separates the physical world from the energetic. And most people are so immersed in the material realm, so busy, so mind-driven, that they miss what lies beyond that veil. Only those who begin to awaken, who slow down, observe, Feel, meditate, ask questions, and seek truth. Begin to sense these beings for what they are. And once you see them, they can no longer act the same way. Awareness is light, and parasites dwell in the dark. The good news is this: protection from astral parasites is absolutely possible. In fact, every person has the power to strengthen their energy field, cleanse themselves, and create a space that such entities simply cannot enter. Let's start with the most important thing: vibration. Astral parasites cannot survive for long in a field that's filled with bright, harmonious energy. So your first line of defense is to raise your vibration. What does that mean in practice? It means taking care not only of your body, but also your mind and heart. Meditation, prayer, high-frequency music, gratitude, love for yourself, for life, for the world around you. Even simple, sincere compassion toward others becomes a powerful shield. What you allow into your inner world each day also matters. What kind of food is on your table? Is the water you drink clean and energized? What do you watch? What do you listen to? What thoughts run through your mind before sleep? Every thought, every image, is either a brick in your wall of protection or a crack in it. Before bed, it's helpful to do simple energetic practices. One of the most powerful is the visualization of light. Imagine a bright, white golden light descending from above, surrounding you completely, and flowing through your body, cleansing every cell, every emotion, every trace of fear. Form this light into a cocoon around you, dense yet soft like the wings of an angel. Feel yourself completely safe inside it. You can also call upon Archangel Michael, your higher self, or your spiritual guides. Don't be afraid to ask for protection. These forces are always near, but they honor your free will. They only intervene when invited. Energetic cleansing of your space is also highly effective. Clear your bedroom, remove clutter, especially old objects, electronics, or uncovered mirrors. Air out the room, burn sage, sandalwood, or frankincense. Use sound, Tibetan singing bowls, bells, or mantras. These literally disrupt parasitic frequencies. And don't forget emotional hygiene. Never go to sleep while angry, afraid, or anxious. Let go before bedtime. Journal, forgive, give thanks. This not only clears your psyche, it seals off entry points to low vibrational entities. One more thing: never fall asleep with the TV on or while listening to heavy, chaotic content. Your brain is highly vulnerable during sleep. It absorbs everything, and parasites can use that as a gateway. Your protection isn't just a wall, it's a state of being. When you live with awareness, love, and strength, there's nothing for parasites to latch onto. And now, the practical part. Let me show you a simple yet powerful bedtime protection ritual you can do every evening. Right now, if you wish, you can try this simple yet powerful practice. It takes only a few minutes, but if done every evening, it will gradually form an energetic shield around you. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and slowly exhale. With each breath out, feel tension, anxiety, and mental noise begin to leave your body. Now imagine a beam of pure white light descending from the sky, from the very heart of the universe. It gently touches the crown of your head and begins to flow downward, covering your entire body. Like a gentle stream of clean water, it enters you, filling you with warmth, calm, and radiant light. It flows through your head, neck, shoulders, down into your chest, belly, legs, and finally out through the soles of your feet, washing away everything heavy, foreign, or not truly yours. Now feel this light begin to expand, surrounding you fully like a cocoon, a protective sphere, luminous, dense, alive. You are inside it, safe, centered, and at peace. If you sense that something foreign is nearby, gently but firmly say, "I release all that does not belong to me. I reclaim all of my energy, and so it is. Now, silently call upon your higher self, spirit guides, angels, or Archangel Michael, and say, I ask for your protection tonight. Cleanse my dreams, guide my soul, and help me keep my energy strong. Stay in this space a little longer. Feel the lightness, the glow, the silence, and when you're ready, open your eyes. You've created a shield. Your sleep will be different now. If you often wake up feeling drained, if you're haunted by nightmares, heaviness, anxiety, or a strange pressure, know this. It's not always just stress or age. It's possible that someone or something has latched onto your energy field, and the longer you ignore it, the stronger its influence becomes. Astral parasites are not fantasy or superstition. They are subtle entities that feed on our emotions, our weakness, and our attention. But they have one great fear: awareness. Because once you become conscious of who you truly are, once you awaken, purify your inner world, and take responsibility for your own energy, they can no longer hold on. They disappear. The invisible world is no less real than the one you see, and often the things beyond perception affect us more deeply than we realize. So protect yourself. Learn to feel, to listen, to discern. Cleanse your space. Watch your thoughts. Fill yourself with light. And no darkness will ever be able to enter your reality. Now tell me honestly, have you ever felt something strange at night? As if someone was near, as if someone was watching, as if something was keeping you from resting peacefully? If so, share it in the comments. You might not be alone, and your experience could help someone else feel seen. If this video resonated with you, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've only just begun to explore the mysteries that can't be spoken, but can always be felt with the heart. Until next time, and may your sleep be protected.